Have you ever had a fire loop but you just can't arrange it into a beat? I've made songs, I've made beats, so I'm exactly the guy you want to learn how to fix that problem from. And better yet, Baby Audio hooked me up with a copy of Transit and Atoms to help bring this video to you. In short, Transit is a game changer for transitions, and Atoms is this crazy physical modeling synth. Pretty cool, right? And first things first, we gotta pull up Atoms. This thing is actually kind of crazy, but I need to make a simple melody. And the idea behind this is you have something simple so there's not a ton of variation, and it kind of makes it difficult to arrange that out into a full beat, or at least that's why you're having the problem. I can work with that. Let's just lay down the bass notes down here. Alright, I know this is like just a rough start, but it's kind of clean. Let's give it a little bit of a strum too. Now, I know I mentioned Transit earlier, and let me just tell you, I know I said it is a game changer for transitions. Personally, I like to use plugins to a full extent. I like to use them for things that they weren't even meant to be used for. And let me just tell you, Transit is crazy. It feels personally to me a little bit more than just a transition tool, because you can add crazy effects to melodies, to loops, to anything. Like there's OTT in here. Do you know how I feel about OTT? I love OTT. They even got Andrew Huang in here, bro. Andrew Huang is in Transit. What more could you ask for? But yeah, pretty much you have like an effect chain, and you can make really cool effects with it on your melodies. You can have them automated. You can have it on your drums. You can put it on whatever you want. You can put it on your toast, man. And bam, now I just turned that into a pad, one and done. Let's see what else we got in here. All right, that's what I'm going with. I got 2 instances of Transit on this melody. I want to render this out because I kind of want to sample it a little bit too. So we have the chords being played in a very ambient manner, and I really want to add in something just to kind of add a little bit more rhythm and a bit more melody, to be honest with you. As stupidly simple as we can. Slap some Transit on there too. I don't want to render the whole melody out together. Yeah, this is good, but I need to cut this up. And now I really want to play around with the pitch too, just because it's going to sound kind of cool. And just for a little bit of extra added sauce, I'm going to throw my Overgloom Trap Bundle Gross Beat preset on here. We don't need this anymore or this, because we kind of have our melody down here. All we got to do is slap in some drums. Like I said, we're trying to keep this very, very simple. So I'm going to keep the drum simple too, because you can make very simple beats, but you can have a more complex arrangement and it'll sound unique and different at times. I'm usually a hater of doing this, but I'm going to layer the clap just because I kind of want a little bit more high end to this clap. And now it just feels way snappier. Let's do like a really over exaggerated roll here. I feel like it'll sound cool. By the way, I've got a drum tutorial and you can check that out up above. So I got this really simple beat. The melody is literally just 2 instances of Atoms and a couple Transit presets to give it a little bit more color. So I need to arrange the melody in some way to give this beat some kind of variation other than just rhythmic. And to start, it's really important to just understand the basic song structure. And for that, there's 2 crucial parts to a song that you need to understand. So first we have the hook, and usually this is going to be 16 bars. So this would probably be my hook section. This is where you're going to have the most energy going on in your song. This is also going to be the most memorable part of the song, and it's usually what people sing. And then you'll also have a 16-bar verse. The length of the verse can vary, and usually this is where a lot of the energy is killed off. So just from a drum standpoint, I'm gonna have this 8-bar intro just to kind of lead into my hook. And for this, I'm gonna do like 4 bars with some drums, but not all of them. And when you're doing arrangement, it's important to kind of find little points where you want to cut the drums to create some kind of anticipation going into that next section. So right here in this intro, I'm just taking out 2 beats of the hi-hats just so it kind of fades in with like the rest of the drums, and it's kind of signaling to the listener that something's about to happen. Now usually with the hook, I kind of just leave the drums the same. If I have multiple different things going on with the drums, I might switch it up a little bit. Well, we don't need to do that here. For my verse, I want to kill off some energy, but I don't want to kill off too much energy. So I'm going to remove these unnecessary perks, and I'm going to throw in like a little beat cut here because that's going to chill the vibe down. And then we take the hi-hat out, but we bring it back in here. And to kill off some more of that energy, I'm going to just kind of have a section where it's just the clap and the hi-hat playing, because I want to kill off that high energy, the movement that comes with the 808. And right here, I already have my song structure. I have my 16-bar hook right here. I have a 16-bar verse, and I've got this 8-bar intro that I'm planning to repurpose into a bridge later on. And pretty much a bridge is just a section where you've killed off like almost all of the energy. That's the way you should think of arrangement. Think of it in terms of like adding in energy, which parts are going to be the most intense. Now, since we've got this like little basic loop we're just repeating over and over again, first I want to render it because it just bugs me when I don't have something rendered. And one way you can mix things up and give more flavor is just by playing around with it like a sample. Like maybe I'll have it pitched down for the intro. I could go pitched up too. So for my intro, I'm gonna keep the pitch going up there, and I want to throw in something for a transition. Okay, I was scrolling through the presets for transit just to find something to kind of put in as a transition. I found something crazy. So it sounds a little odd. I'm just gonna render that out because I kind of want to use this. And this is what I mean, like you want to find things that are basically your melody but just framed in a different way. And this I think sounds really cool, so I'm gonna actually use it here. All right, I still need to find a transition. I found this funky little preset in transit that I'm just gonna automate here. And what I want to do is I want to automate it just kind of where the hi-hats cut out. So I'm just gonna create an automation clip, turn it all the way on, kind of picks up that energy that gets dropped off by the hi-hats. Now to really kind of shore up the energy you're building with your track, you need transitions. These are gonna kind of signal the points where the changes are going to be happening a bit, because they kind of lead the energy in. Now just by doing these few changes, I have 3 different sounding melodies, but they're all the exact same thing. Now I want to grab what I used for the intro here as well. I think it would kind of go crazy if I just kind of splice the 2 together, like the higher pitched one and the lower pitched one. Now I have my general structure here. I'm gonna copy it over, and I really want to kind of flesh out the idea I have for the bridge. And what I want to do is I want to throw, you guessed it, transit on there once more. Ooh, yes, I want my bridge to sound weirdly spacey like this. And so I've got like a 2-minute beat here. I don't need a whole lot more. So what I want to do is I just want to take my hook. I'm going to bring it back in. I'm going to keep what I'm doing with the melody here, and I'm just going to fade out on these last 8 bars. So I'm just going to highlight this section, go to the master channel, right click this, create automation clip, bring this all the way down, change this a little bit, and bam, you've just turned a simple basic loop into a full beat. By the way, I've got links for Transit and Atoms down in the comments and description, so make sure you check them out. And here's the full thing.